is gigantic. North America, China, India, and much of Europe can fit within its borders. Located in East Africa, Uganda is a country about the size of Oregon. It shares borders with the South Sudan, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and Congo. Called the Pearl of Africa because of its rich biodiversity and climate, Uganda could produce enough food to feed the entire continent. Agriculture is its primary economic resource. For most of its population, you survive by what you can grow. Land plots for the average Ugandan might be an acre or two where maize, rice, millet, cassava, sweet potatoes, G-nuts, and sugarcane can be grown. Economically, you've made it if you own a cow and a few goats. The United Nations reports a population of 44.2 million. Of those, 2 million are orphans. In 2010, River Valley saw these orphans' needs and became involved through Kids Uganda. KIDS stands for Kids in Desperate Situations, and Uganda has more than its fair share. Like orphans most everywhere, Uganda poses multiple threats: a lack of adequate food and basic nutrition, medical care, shelter, clean water and education, and when you lack basic life needs, you become easy prey to exploitation by drug dealers and traffickers. Under the leadership of U.S. Director Tom Criswell and Uganda co-directors Collins Asmundi and Camille Hadlock, our focus has been to break the cycle of extreme poverty through Christian education and discipleship. River Valley currently operates 5 rescue units in multiple regions within the country, including Koboko, Kaliro, Iganga, Luuka, and Bukedea. Each rescue unit oversees roughly 200 orphans or seriously impacted children. Sponsoring one of these kids provides basic care, including food, medicines, clothing, and shelter. During the summer of 2021, River Valley sent a team to Uganda. The team included Tom, Seba, and Rod. Although 2 trips annually is the norm, COVID has interrupted this cycle for 18 months. The purpose of their 5-day trip was twofold: to reconnect with our boots on the ground by reviewing the operational and administrative health of the ministry, and see where we might need to refocus resources as a result of COVID's impact on the country. Incidentally, a country lockdown occurred 3 days after their arrival. The lockdown drastically affected the team's plans, making it impossible to visit all of our rescue units. With all in-country air travel suspended, they were forced to drive across the country. It's an experience everyone ought to have, but only once. Their first stop was Koboko, located directly on the borders of South Sudan and Congo in the northern corner of the country. The Koboko team includes Camille, along with Tom Mazzuro, Tom Brown, Maggie and Peace, who are our unit facilitators, and several compound support workers. While there, they celebrated the ribbon cutting and dedication of our new Sonshine Christian Primary School.
The Holy Spirit and the Almighty, we dearly open up Sonshine.
It will initially serve 60 kids beginning January 2022. By 2024, it will accommodate about 150 orphan and community kids who will receive a quality education which will serve as a foundation for future learning at Sonshine Christian High School in Iganga. The celebration was attended by city officials who have been pleading with our kids organization for years to open a quality school in Koboko. While orphan sponsorship has been our main focus in Uganda, financial resources have been donated, largely by River Valley, to support specific village and community initiatives. One initiative is called EPIC, which stands for Early Pregnancy is Controllable. When schools are closed and young adolescents have too much time on their hands, temptation and exploitation prevail. COVID has exacerbated this situation. EPIC is a program directed at teenagers by their Christian peers who share about the sad realities of early pregnancy. Tom had the opportunity to join local students as they shared about the program on their weekly radio broadcast. Another ministry at the Koboko compound is the Pelson Eye Clinic, where our orphan kids, their caregivers, and the poor in the community can receive eye care, such as free reading glasses and now cataract surgery. The Kaliro Rescue Unit is in the southwestern part of the country and is facilitated by Andrew and Spei and cares for nearly 200 orphans. Along with their own EPIC program, they also run a COPE tailoring school. COPE stands for Concentrate on Practical Education. Young widows and some young orphan teens are taught a trade, in this case making clothing. After participating in the 5-month training course, they're given their own sewing machine to provide a means for them to generate an income. It is our hope that in time, each of our rescue units will have a COPE program, whether it be a tailoring school or some other trade that orphans and widows can support themselves. While each region in Uganda has its own particular challenges, all of the villages surrounding our rescue units suffer from the lack of safe drinking water, plentiful nutritious food, and basic health products like soap, toilet tissue, feminine sanitary products, or even outhouses. To help with these needs, we started CAME, which stands for Care and Medical Education. Each month, we send out a medical team headed by our trained nutritionist and Colin's wife, Sally. The team not only provides medical checkups, vitamins, and medication, but also educates on how to help prevent many of these ailments. Outings occur monthly and treat hundreds of people. While waiting to see our medical team, local village Christians talk with those awaiting physical treatment by attending to their spiritual needs and sharing the love of Jesus. In 2021, because of the COVID travel restrictions, CAME distributed over 60 tons of emergency food. Located in the south central part of the country, on an 11-acre campus of Sonshine Christian High School, Iganga also serves as the site of one of our rescue units overseen by Patrick and Rahema. Fully owned by River Valley, administered by a board of directors, headmaster Herbert Mumbir, and local teachers, Sonshine Christian High School became part of our ministry work after Teen Missions offered it to us. Since then, and because of the generosity of many, the grounds have been transformed, including a new showering facility for boarding students, kitchen, admin office, medical clinic, computer lab, library, wells, on-site teacher housing, dormitories, a main hall that seats 500 students, electricity, and a fully functioning science lab. While there, the guys also got to spend some time with RV Global workers Mark and Carrie Kelland, who live on campus and are involved in the discipleship of both staff and students. The transformation of Sonshine High School and its teaching approach with staff has gotten national attention. While time did not allow the team to travel to all of our rescue units, they did get to our furthest out site, Bukedea, which is about 60 miles east of Kenya. Bukedea is administered by Charles and Rebecca and hosts nearly 200 orphan kids, 80 of which greeted us warmly with several musical presentations. Our Luuka rescue unit, facilitated by Martin and Faith, is also located in southeastern Uganda. Like the other 4 units, they support nearly 200 orphan kids. It's worth mentioning that Martin stresses and teaches extensively the gospel to orphan and villagers alike, and as a result, Luuka sees more people come to Christ than any of the other units. After 5 days and 30 hours of in-country travel, it was time to return home. Although the trip was shorter than usual, it was still very fruitful, and the team's objectives of assessing current operations, planning for the future, and celebrating the opening of Sonshine Primary School were accomplished. They even met a former orphan who was once a beneficiary of sponsorship, who has returned to be a teacher to the next generation. While poverty and hopelessness continue to abound in Uganda, kids continues to grow and be embraced in the communities in which they serve. River Valley seeks to support and inspire many to share in this ministry. With your continued prayers and participation, we can affect the next generation, their families, and their communities.